today, and if I named them all, we'd be here for another 15 minutes. Former commanding officers, of which there are quite a number here, and I bring a message from General Jack Dangerfield, also a former commanding officer and colonel of the regiment from the West Coast. His best wishes on his Leliefontein. Families of the regiment, guests, and Dragoons. 111 years ago today, this regiment fought the Battle of Leliefontein, saving the guns and winning the Victoria Crosses, as you've heard. We're also blessed today by having some of our family from that era with us today, and that is the Holland family. And I would ask that they stand and be recognized, please. Thank you for joining us. After the cessation of hostilities in 1901, the regiment returned to Canada to do what? Rest, refit, reorganize, and rearm. 111 years later, the regiment, all on parade today, has fulfilled its operational assignments to Afghanistan. What are we able to do? Rest, refit, reorganize, and rearm. Well, there's nothing new about this because that cycle's been going on since Genghis Khan came out of the Gobi Desert and made his way all the way to the gates of Vienna. So utilizing one of our major characteristics of armor, our flexibility, we will adapt and get ready for the next round of government decisions whereby we will represent our country in another prominent position on the world stage of events. If you've been glancing at the news lately, you'll likely know that our time of rest and refit is probably going to be fairly short-lived. In the past, in the distant past, nations protected themselves by building walls. Well, that's changed over the years, and some of you have heard me say this before. Our walls now are our armed forces, and our walls in the Army are regiments. So in my past speeches, I referred to the regiment as like a living brick wall. The soldiers form the upper part of this wall. The NCOs and officers form the portion lower down and the base. The extra regimentally employed, the veterans, and the members of the association form a wider portion of that base. Today, when you saw the old guard march by, some of our members are going to retire, but they're not leaving. Oh no, they're simply moving down to strengthen the base of the wall and replace the others that have gone. I'll mention that in a moment. The mortar securing that wall and strengthening it is our Dragoon family, our families. The mothers, fathers, sons, daughters, and yes, even grandparents, all part of our Dragoon family. And a special couple that are here today, who are part of our family, are our Silver Cross mother and her husband, Bob and Carol Mitchell. Will they please stand and be recognized? This human wall, which ensures our rights and freedoms, is also normally the government's first response in time of crisis. It's what I refer to as the brick wall theory of ensuring Canadian foreign policy. This wall is a true living thing, the Royal Canadian Dragoons. However, we all know as time progresses, the wall requires maintenance, and for a number of reasons, sometimes there is damage. Like the loss, Sergeant Gilman, Corporal Mitchell, Trooper Wilson, Master Corporal Stewart, Trooper Finland, Trooper Carswell, Major Ruckfall, Trooper Good, Trooper Diab, Trooper Hayes, Trooper Bouvier, and Trooper Rudd. Sometimes the damage isn't as severe, and those dragoons away from the wall will return at a later date to resume their position. Today, my driver was awarded his Medal of Sacrifice, so I guess that means I'm driving this afternoon. Others may be unable to come back to resume their positions, and they'll be replaced, even though they're not part of this wall and have moved on, some to the Department of Veterans Affairs. But they are our soldiers. They are our dragoons. And it behooves us, all of us, to support them and their families. And we've got to remember those folks who have left our regiment are over with another government department now, the same way we remember our fallen. Sometimes members of the wall simply head off to the tank park and go on radio silence. Sadly, far too many this year. Brigadier General Ned Amy, Lieutenant General Rennie Goodnick, Brigadier General George Watsford, Major Brian Huck, Captain, former RSM, Busher Bennett, Corporal Brandon Shepard, Trooper Troy Barnes, Jim Ayers, Patrick McCardle, and as of 2 days ago, Ralph Jenkins, who was a Second World War vet. So my fellow dragoons, members of my brick wall theory of Canadian foreign policy, the challenges will continue, the demands unrelenting. But the base is strong, the mortar is holding firm, and the wall stands ready for what may come at it. As we have in the past, we are doing in the present, and we will do in the future. Thank you very much, and again, it is a fine day to be in your room.